This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Are you all ready to have a bad time? Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another bonus episode of Spear Hunter Energy, and this time we're going to go over the bad ending of the game, but we're also going to show off some of the deaths that occur from the bad ending. So let's take your save or play to the Tamate Sanctum, and I did that a while back. So all right. So basically, the difference is you just have to use a different item or have a different setup of circumstances to get the bad ending. So basically, you want to destroy the spirits instead of purify them, and basically use a different item instead. I'm just gonna skip most of this stuff because it's all the same dialogue. The only thing that really changes is the like after the fact, and it's not immediately afterwards. It takes a few scenes before you actually get the results of your effects. So I'm going to read the parts that are pertinent. I won't show up every... There is different dialogue with after the events that occur when a character dies. But there's a line later on where the character goes, hey, you probably shouldn't talk about this because the cops will go after us. So don't talk about it anymore. So that's what... And that way... They don't have to do lines of dialogue every single time for a character dying, so they say the lines for a bit and then you don't mention it until like certain scene, like a handful of scenes or whatever. It's a way for them to not have to like write whole new scripts for every single character dying. So, all right. So basically, we're just trying to get back to where the Hiroshima woman is threatening us, where the final confrontation, and you just use a different item instead of. Really, it all comes down to one item that you use at the last second. Like, everything else is the exact same decisions and choices. It's just one item instead. I think in the first game it was a little bit more complicated than just one item. Although that is kind of creepy with all the mouths. I don't know why she has a mouth thing going on, but alright. So to destroy her, we want to use the stillbirth instead of the calligraphy file or flyer. You want to use the stillbirth certificate to basically destroy her. You want to know? Fine, I'll show you. What happened to the thing you're searching for? I opened the stillbirth certificate with both hands in a flourish. It's dead. D-E-D, dead. What have you been searching for is... your baby. Yeah, so instead of giving her the hope that the baby survived and flourished in his lifestyle, in this case we're just going, you screwed up, your baby's dead. No, you're dying, please. Hazuki sadly moves in front of the stillbirth certificate to read it out loud. Here, listen, it's unfortunate, but you can see right here. By the way, there's no scene for a Monome doing this because you have to have Hazuki to do this scene here. So under the section of premature delivery and water breaking, stillbirth is circled. It's very sad, but your baby is already dead. Yeah, you can tell she got destroyed because it's all bloody and stuff instead of being like a light, like, ah, type of thing. With a wavering shriek of a grieving mother, the Hiroshima woman disappears. Yeah, we killed her instead, so... Where did she... She's gone. What? She just vanished. Like she'd never been there. Like she was never there to begin with. Then... Are we safe now? Yeah. Okay, I think, at least I think so. I think this dialogue is the same until we get the... Well, maybe not. There is some... The Hiroshima woman disappeared. Hazuki and I stand in a daze for a while. What we just experienced was unbelievable. There's no way to bounce back from that. But why did the Hiroshima woman start chasing us out of nowhere? Okay, I think this is all the same, but there is some... There's some dialogue with the lightning strike occurs situation, so... I think there is some slight dialogue difference before that. But we defeated her, right? Let's see. What's that? Okay, I think that's all the same. Because I think that's the same thing from before. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could cut it. This is, you know, where you obviously learn about Ami, where she's at. Yeah, sorry, even though I've played through this game a couple times, I don't remember every single variation of the dialogue change. Okay, that's all the same. Oh, sorry, sorry, she said she felt a little awkward, so we get to the park entrance hide behind some shrubs. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I'll show you some of the... If you want to unlock most of the RPG profiles, you want to do the smiling one for most of them. There's a couple of dialogue choices you want to do, like maybe neutral for. The hardest ones to get are Monome and Murahashi for their RPG profiles, because I believe for him you have to do smiling for most of them, except when he's being threatened by Monome, then you do like the neutral option or whatever. Wow, you're really happy about this. Guess you prefer being by yourself. Okay. Let's see. Basically, the dialogue changes when you're trying to... Because the scene is where Hazuki disappears and you try to find her. And that's the indicator for the game to basically go, okay, we need to do either the good variation of the end of the chapter or the bad variation of the chapter. Obviously, some of the dialogue differences... is like maybe them having a bad feeling that they killed her before, or that they destroyed her and said purifying. I dial Hazuki's number. She's not answering. Whoa, wait, seriously? I'm not sure I get what's going on, but maybe she's too busy to answer. Is it somewhere with a bad signal? All we could do right now is hope she's safe. Not just for her sake, but also our own. Anyway, Murahashi, give him the thing. The thing? Yes, sir. Let's see, I think this is all the same. Okay. Let's see. Actually, I think that dialogue was the same too, because it's all supposed to be the same until a certain part. Hazuki's still not back yet. Because I think this was the same as before, so... Yeah, because the reason she... in the good version of it, the reason she doesn't talk is because she got caught by the police. So... Alright, Hazuki's fine. Okay, it should be this section here. I head to my apartment. Let's see. The number, it's Hazuki's. It's Kaoru Hazuki. This is Kojima, right? The hell were you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I was busy running away. Running from a security guard? No, a policeman. He called me out the path near the shrine, so I ended up bolting without thinking. Ah, my fortune said I had excellent luck today. How did these things happen to me? Okay, let's see. I think this is the same up to a point. Let's see. Sorry, it came to pick me up, so yeah, fine. Okay, we need to go to her actual location is what it is. We've actually seen if you see the best ending, you actually have seen her death CGI, but for whatever reason it doesn't unlock in the gallery. You have to actually get it like legit in the in the pathways. So all right. Oh, so, let's see. This is the same. Yeah, I'll show out the dialogue for being nice to her. It must be significantly more pleasing to ride with Momo Kuruse over Kaoru Hazuki, right? I'm so happy that pleases you. Tonight I shall make a dream come true. Oh, that's right. Before we depart, tell me what it was about. What exactly is it? Okay, that's the same. Let's see. She does... Okay. Got it. Sorry, it's a... I could have cut straight to where it was. I just wanted to... She's singing. Oh yeah, this is what happens if you're too nice to her. I kind of feel like teasing her, so I caress her knee. I don't know exactly what it feels like since I've got gloves on. Exclamation point, question mark. The back of my helmet is suddenly slammed with a headbutt from her. With a headbutt from her. Yep, she's upset. I deserve that. Okay. And she sings. Okay, reach the apartment. I think I've shown her with her singing before, so. The one was a monome. I cut it off before she finished it. You can actually let her listen to her whole song too. And it will stop. The song does actually stop after she says the whole thing, so. I like it. It's a good song. It just goes on for a bit. Singing cuts off. Hazuki looks troubled. Let's see. It's weird, but I feel embarrassed. Let's see. No, that's the same. Oh, there we go. Before she takes a step, she squats down, her hand clamped over her mouth. What's wrong? I feel a little nauseous. Maybe I ran too much. She's smiling, but it's obvious she's pushing herself. All right. Okay, yes, I'm heading home. She struggles to her feet somehow, but they're wobbling. A light breeze would topple her. For crying out... Fine. Come rest inside. You sure it won't be a bother? It'd be more of a bother if you collapsed on the street. Thanks. Really, I appreciate it. I think I'll feel better after I rest a bit. Yeah, why is she not feeling so good? Huh. Weird. That's probably nothing. I'm coming in. It smells a bit like mold in here. Do you clean regularly? I sniff, but I don't particularly smell anything moldy. Maybe I got used to it. It's hot. Is the air conditioning on? Yeah, but it's old. It doesn't work well. I can't stop sweating. ... Right, I'm borrowing your shower. Hey, damn it, hold up! Hazuki rushes into the bathroom. What the hell is that girl thinking? I'm just washing my feet. Relax. I ran so much that they're filthy. Oh, my poor legs need this so good. Okay, it's just her legs, but a girl's in my shower right now. This is awkward. Well, you know, Akira is like 17 or whatever, so this makes sense. She's bold, and here I thought she'd be all subdued because she's not feeling well. Can't get a handle on her. Maybe celebrities live on a different wavelength than average people. Hey, Kojima, can I use your soap? Do whatever you want. Hey, Kojima? What now? Need towels next? Are there any babies living in this building? No, it's only for people living alone. Then, I wonder why I hear a crying baby. I listen for a moment, but there's nothing that sounds like a baby. I don't hear anything. But that can't be right, it's so loud. Loud? The crying is so anguished, like the babies at Hiroshima Lake. I wonder where's the baby? Are you okay? I see. So this is where you were. My baby! Hazuki? Drowning by turtles. Never thought I'd see that happen. Yeah, see, if you do the good ending, or just any of the endings, you see the CGI. But yeah, it doesn't unlock unless we actually do it via the main storyline. So Hazuki lies in the bottom of the bathtub. There's no signs of life from her. Yeah, because turtles are coming out of her mouth. A swarm of baby turtles appears. They pour out of Hazuki's mouth one after another, drenched in blood. It looks like what happened to the college girl who was killed by the Hiroshima woman. My strength leaves me and I collapse onto my knees. What happened? Why does this have to happen to Hazuki? What's this? That smell? A moldy stench wrinkles my nose. It's the smell of Hiroshima Lake. ... Huh? When I zone back in, I realize Hazuki's no longer in the room. It's just, and not just her, the baby turtles have vanished too. What's going on? Was all that just an illusion? I spot Hazuki's hat lying in the corner. I wasn't seeing things. Hazuki was here. And she died. My mind's empty. I can't seem to pull my thoughts together. And I'm not about to think of anything right now. Yeah, the file has been updated. It doesn't mention her dying, by the way, in that. Yeah, I don't know why it does it twice, but okay. Yeah. I guess it's from Murashima's stuff there. Yeah, we're obviously surprised she's dead. So. Collapsing on the bed, I shut my eyes. So unsurprisingly, that's not gonna help me sleep. My eyes are shut tight, but Hazuki's death plays on constant repeat in my mind. Does she hold a grudge against me for dragging her into all this? I don't get a wink of sleep that night. (8/4) Wednesday. Eventually, at some point, the characters say, like, we can't talk about this anymore, otherwise the plot won't get going. I don't feel like doing anything today. I'll just wait until it's time to meet up tonight. Everything that went down yesterday feels like a dream. At least I wish it had been. But Hazuki's hat is still here. It really happened. Who could that be? I open the door. Yo, how's it going? Amaname stands there, smiling his usual smile. He barges right in without waiting for me to answer. I planned to stop by earlier, but things got busy, so I was held up. Did Hazuki contact you? ... She's dead. Whoa, hey, what's this out of nowhere? That's a really bad joke. ... Wait, you serious? What happened, Akira? Tell me. I tell him everything. How I found Hazuki dead in the bathroom, traces of the Hiroshima woman I thought we defeated, and the body just disappearing. This is crazy. If I hadn't heard this from you, I'd never believe it. His face is pale and frozen in both fear and shock. It's only natural. The two of them had only met recently, but we'd all been going after the spirit together. Hey, Akira, I want to confirm something. Did anyone see Hazuki coming here? No way. We made sure it would be a big scandal for her if someone had. Okay, that's good. Don't tell anyone about Hazuki. Amaname? Her body's gone. If we both keep our mouths shut, no one will know. Even if we're straight with the police about it, they'll just detain us. You don't have time to get arrested. You have to find Ami. I know. Give me your belongings. I'll dispose of them so no one will find them. Thanks. Yeah, it makes sense that Yakuza would know how to do that. I really am grateful from the bottom of my heart. Just being able to share Hazuki's death with Amaname. It was too heavy. I couldn't bear it on my own. Anyway, enough of what's done. We need to discuss our current situation. On that topic, what we were doing with earlier, take care of that mess from last night. Taking care of the mess. I made arrangements so the cops won't suspect us. After all, we made quite the ruckus. Okay, I think this is all the same. Now, though, basically he said don't talk about it anymore, and then there'll only be brief signs of them mentioning Hazuki's being dead, and that's pretty much it. So, okay. Oh yeah, I have to wait for a save moment. So, okay. Okay, so let me, I'll go ahead and save it over that. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut to when during the Kubutaro Kentoki story, where we find out what happens to Moname if you clear that one incorrectly. So I'll see you all in a second when I do that. Okay, we're back. Now we're doing the scene where if you have a Moname here, because when I played it originally, I didn't have a Monome in the group. I had Hazuki at the time. Huh? What's wrong, Akira? You looked up so suddenly. Nothing, just... I thought I heard the sky rumbling. Huh, now that you mention it, I hear it too. But it doesn't look like it's gonna rain. Yeah. That reminds me, I heard something bizarre. Supposedly the towns had more lightning strikes after the Toki cedars were gone. ... It's probably just coincidence. Unfortunately, a lot of the dialogue is pretty much similar to both Hazuki's, and they just slightly change it to their inflections. Something's flipped over. That'd be a cop car. I see that. But why is it upside down? I bet the car and the tagging were both done by the motorcycle gang. I told them to distract the cops, but I didn't expect this much. Maybe I'll tip extras. Thanks for showing me something fun. Somehow I knew you were behind this. The phone rings from someone's pocket. Isn't that your phone? Huh? Oh, it is me. Yeah, hello. Okay, this is the same. Because he doesn't say anything different, even though Amaname is with us. Although there is some difference in dialogue with Amaname himself, though. I said I didn't want to show off every single variation of dialogue with the characters if you choose one person over the other, but I don't mind showing the final scenes with it. Okay. Yeah, this is right before he gets killed. Yeah. Poor Murahashi. That idiot never follows instructions. That's where Kubataro appeared yesterday. We better get a move on if we're going to meet up. Don't want to keep him waiting too long there. Let's hurry. Yeah, but I think doesn't he get killed like right after the fact, so. Let's see, most of these are the same. He said he'd be waiting here, right? Yeah, it's supposed to be. Makes a noise every time you're checking every single section. A quick glance around doesn't show Murahashi anywhere. Better look for him. Okay. Yeah, check the... Well... Find the heads inside. No, I set it to auto by accident. Doesn't really matter. Oh, you know, Murahashi was saying he'd eat his manjus while waiting for us. Did he throw this away? If this is here, that idiot better not have opened the well. He might have. See, I told the fool to be careful. Should we open it ourselves? Yeah, we need to check inside. Like I said, I think most of this is the same except for what Monome says instead. So, yeah, we see the heads, no human head. Although I'm surprised they didn't put the human head in there. I guess they wanted to pull the shock back a little bit later. And I thought there was a chance Murahashi would be an ass and hide here as a prank, but guess he has some restraint. So what now? Yeah, I don't know. We find him behind the... Seriously, you're gonna touch those? There's severed heads. There's a severed dog's head mixed in there. Shut up. My life's on the line. Yeah, exactly. I've dug through corpses before. Ugh. I mean, we're wearing gloves. So. Let's see. I think I can skim through some of this. Because like I said, a lot of it's the same except for what Monome says. Don't think we're going to get anywhere else from this well. That aside, where the hell's Murahashi? Oh, yeah, Akira. Can you call back a number from your call history? Sure. Then try calling Murahashi's number. If he's close, then maybe we can locate him from the sound of his phone. You can do this yourself. Why make me do it? I don't want to hear that guy's annoying voice close to my ear. Come on, aren't you worried about him? You do the honors, best friend. Alright, let's call him back. Punch the call button. Sounds like he's close. Where's it coming from? Oh. Well, that idiot's around here somewhere. Over here, huh? Must be near the lightning tower. Sorry, I skimmed through that. I didn't realize his dialogue would pop by so fast. And there's the screams. Screams. I don't know why mouse specifically, but yeah. What's up? This is bad. I gotta hurry. Oops. So, check the tower again. Murahashi's, let's see. Yep, check out the tower. And then we hear the body of Murahashi. Hey, Murahashi, hurry and get your ass up. You got balls ignoring me, idiot. Damn it, come on, move it and take off that stupid mask. Man, it's stuffed with candy. What? Yeah, blood, candy, bow tie. There's nothing there. Plastic toys. That, Amaname falls to the ground. That bastard Kubitaru! She did this to Murahashi! She's just like the dog! He grips at his hair with both fists, nearly pulling out the strands. Seeing Amaname's anguish finally snaps me back to reality. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, which means he died like right after the fact. Actually, if you get Hazuki's death scene, she basically has the same situation that happened to her that happened to Murahashi. Maname's is actually different, which I'll show you here in a moment. If Kubitaro finds out we've been searching the well, she might go berserk. That could be why Murahashi. It's dangerous to say. Okay, that's the same. Sorry, I'm trying to skim it through. Oh yeah, and you get this unique CGI if you have a Maname with you. Yeah, weirdly, Hazuki doesn't get this. Only Maname does. I can hear Kubitaro's voice right behind me. Don't look, she still hasn't noticed us yet. But what should we do? Run all the way back to the station? No, if Kubitaro discovers what we did at the well, she'll be pissed and chase after us. Either way, my time limit's almost up. Gotta prepare for the worst and confront her. Then what's the best spot to face her? Well, a place that works to our advantage. Where would that be? The tower? See, that's the same. I mean, a lot of the dialogue is the same. We just get a unique CGI here with Amaname holding his gun here. So, yeah, railroad crossing. Obviously, we know about that, so. Let's go, let's see. Yeah, go back to the crossing. Yeah, have her get run over with a car. That's pretty much what you do in the destruction path. Even though a ghost can't really die from a car crash, but it's the symbolism of it. Which is kind of odd, but... Hey, is it just me or does something feel off about this place? Yeah, it's all dark. Oh yeah, does the flashlight turn on? Nope, not working. Is this Kubitaro's doing? Yeah. That's because they're afraid of sound and lights. But it's coming. The railroad crossing. Yeah, it still works. Hey, can you see? That's out of nowhere with no prep. Yelling is an option, but this warning sound is really loud. Wait, I forgot about this. I've got the gun. Firing should help. Or firing should. Anything to do at this point. Do it. Let's liven things up, shall we? Maname takes out the gun, points at the sky, and pulls the trigger. Did that? Yeah, she noticed. Kubitaro had been far away, but now she's gone. She should show up again nearby. From what I gathered, whenever she reappears, she uses the darkness to reappear elsewhere. Yeah, see, that's the same. Yep, chase the little brother. Yeah, I was supposed to fix the doll, but in this case, we're just gonna not mess with that. So we escaped the survival. Alright. Yeah, just check. We want to check this place here. And then we want to use the, just the headless plushie. The train's due at any moment, along with a blinding headlight. The little brother Kubitaro wants back must be this headless plushie. I'll lure her to the crossing with it. Now is just to time it right. Not yet. Wait. Hey, come on, give it back to me. And now! I suck in a deep breath and yell, Kubitaro, here's your little brother back. I throw the headless plushie onto the tracks. Then... Kubitaro disappears with a cry and instantly reappears on the track near the headless plushie. She picks up the plushie and stares at it intently. She looks happy. Blinding light slams into Kubitaro. With a pained sound, she melts away. Survived, but at what cost? We did it. We did it! And then the mouths disappear. Gone, gone are the days of mouthitis. A bad case of mono. So he managed to do it? I can't believe it. Let's see. This. I think this should be because we're gonna look at the blood and everything like that. And obviously, without Hazuki here, obviously the dialogue is trimmed quite a bit because there's no dialogue from the background gallery. Yeah, this is all the same. Let's see. There's the flute again. I think there is some dialogue here if one of your people dies, or if you choose to destroy the spirit instead of resurrect him. What's up? Or to pacify him. What's up? You look a little dumbstruck. What do you mean? Can't you hear the flute? The flute? I didn't hear anything like that. Actually, I think this dialogue is the same because Amaname pops up during this line anyway. So even when you purify the. Yep. Oh, sorry. Kubitaro's talking. She says she wants Seji's head. She wants Seji's head. I think if you destroy her with Hazuki, she says she wants Hazuki's head instead. So Kaki is going to help. What do you mean by that? Okay. Or hey, answer me. Jeez, what's with the yelling all of a sudden? What's wrong? I think the dial is the same just because the lightning strike happens no matter what. So let's see. Yeah, this all should be the same. We're just not getting Hazuki's dialogue. Yeah. See, this is the same up until the actual strike. So. Especially since we're not gonna have anyone there at all. Instinct. Let's see. Try to knock him over. However. What the hell just happened? I laid flat on the ground with shaky arms to get up and look at the other side of the crossing. Yeah, no one's here this time. The tree by the road shattered into 1,000 pieces. Some of the branches have caught fire and the smoke makes me cough. The roar followed by a flash earlier. Was that a lightning strike? It shouldn't have. There's too many big trees around here. And there's that tower not too far away, but whatever. I searched the railroad crossing, but there's no sign of Amaname. I know it's magic, spirit, and all that. He left already, right? That's got to be it. Things are going to get crazier soon. Better leave before that happens. I'll call Amaname later. Yeah, I kind of skimmed through this section because he's just gone. Let's see. No, a lot of this is the same. It'll change here in a second when we get the call from Amaname. So, Amaname, where the hell is he? It's Amaname. Amaname! Is that you, Amaname? ... I called him over and over, but he doesn't respond. There's only small, raspy breathing on the line. Hey, what happened? Offer to the great Kentoki. Hey, what are you saying? Head. Head. And the phone goes dead. It was quiet, but it couldn't be anyone but Amaname. I know his voice. That was the Kentucky Cedar children's song. Kubitaro collected dog heads because she was following the children's song. Does that mean Amaname's head is... Shit. The scene is a little bit different if it's Hazuki that got killed instead of Amaname. No way. There's no way that my premonition is so grim that I have to refute it. I hurry towards Kentucky Tower one more time. I make it to Kentucky Tower without being spotted by the cops. It's still quiet. Doesn't seem like Murahashi's body had been found yet. Is Amaname here? Question mark. Is that someone up ahead? The human figure stands a distance away. White shirt, dark pants. Kind of looks like a motoya. I could be imagining it. The head looks hazy. I can't really see it well. The figure melts into the darkness and disappears. What the? I find myself moving towards the spot I last saw it, like pulled by a string. I plod slowly, my steps heavy. It doesn't take me long to get there. Something falls with a heavy thud onto the ground. I swing my flashlight towards the sound. The motoya's head is on the ground. His expression is contorted in fear. He's staring right at me. Coming out of his head is a dumpling tree, decorated crudely for a festival. Each branch holds colorful toys thrown on haphazardly. I can hear a song coming from somewhere. A happy, satisfied voice sings. No way. So that means on motoya's head is an offering? Damn it! Fuck you! You fucking piece of shit! I'll kill you! I'll fucking kill you! I break into a run, darting after the singing through the dark trees of Kentucky. But no matter how hard I chase the sound, I can't find where the voice is coming from. But the creepy, disgusting voice floats right by my ear like it's following me. Yeah, I can't really kill a ghost there, dude. The singing eventually fades. ... I make my way back to Kentucky Tower and glance at the spot where motoya's head was. The head's disappeared. Did she take off with it? I check inside the well, but there's no new head there. There's nothing else I can do. Helplessness and despair weigh down my body. Dragging my heavy limbs, I make the long trek back to my place. Alright, files have been updated. There's a little bit of extra dialogue after this, but after a point, he stops talking about it too, because, you know, the game has to continue on. That's why basically the scene is, when you go to the Ben and Rose section of the game, that's why they disappear from the plot. Either they're locked up somewhere or they're in a coma, so that way, you know, that way they don't have to do all these different variations, or very minimal. Collapsed in the bed, I shut my eyes. Hazuki died, and now Murahashi and Amaname. But lucky me, Kaguya's favorite is still alive. How's that for irony? Is this part of her game, cornering me? I don't have a damn clue. I don't get a wink of sleep that night. Yeah, in this game of death, both of them died. And interesting enough, to get the bad ending of the game, Amaname and Hazuki have to die, but as far as I'm aware of, Bond and Rose can actually survive, and that slightly affects the ending a bit. But you get the bad ending if both of those characters die. That's how it works. My head is full of fuzz the next morning. The sun is shining, but all I can think about are Murahashi and Amaname's last moments. I should check the situation in Kentucky, but I can't muster a shred of energy to get up. Staying up all night has left me exhausted. Can't say the shock has faded either. It's not the best idea, but I can stay in bed until evening rolls around. ... The events of last night pop into my head over and over when I least expect it. I can't count how many times now. Another person fell victim as a result of going after spirits. Damn it! It's no question that this is all Kaguya's fault, but I'm the one who keeps dragging everyone into this mess. What could I have done? This is the result of working with Amaname and Hazuki. But if I don't tell anyone, I won't have any resources to help save Ami. Whatever I choose, someone dies. No neatly wrapped up comic book happy ending where everyone's saved here. If only one person dies, the dialogue's slightly different, as in, you know, like who dies and all that. When Ami disappeared, I decided, and the dialogue is Hazuki calls you, and then she basically explains not to tell anyone about it, that type of thing. When Ami disappeared, I decided to stop at nothing while going over Kakuya. But coming face to face with a person's death a second time like this, my determination wavers. My heart is slowly being shredded to pieces from the horrible dilemma I find myself in. Sounds like I have a visitor. I think the dialogue is the same here, despite everything now. Because it's a... Ue appears. Yeah, all of it's the same. Yeah, dog killer or whatever. Because basically we made the decision not to talk about it anymore, so... Okay. Or sorry, he says I don't feel like sleeping right now or something like that, but I have to. Okay, I think we're done with all the dialogue at this point, so... Like I said, there's variations on it. Of him mentioning it, but like I said, they stopped. I can't just let this keep happening. It's time to take care of it so I can move on. Okay, but yeah, like I said, he might mention it every once in a while, like in random dialogue choices, but for the most part, it's not like pertinent that I show every single variation. I wish this game had a like in certain visual novel games or Rempe design games, there's you can choose to have the game you can skip through dialogue you've already read, and it'll stop at unread dialogue. But unfortunately, this game does not have that feature, so I can't really take advantage of that. So, all right. So now that we've seen, Amaname die, now it's time to find out what happens when Rose and Bond die. So I'll be back when we've dealt with the Screaming Author. So. Alright, we're back at the 4th chapter, The Screaming Author, and this time I decided to do Rose first since we already had some of the dialogue for Bond, although a lot of her dialogue's pretty similar. So, I mean, it's just, it's different enough for her personality, but she basically says a lot of the same stuff. Yeah, now that we've done everything we need to do, time to get rid of this bird. Or doll or whatever. I mean, I'm not the one who killed you, lady. Why are you talking about me bleeding, you know? Or why are you talking about bleeding me? I'm like, I didn't want you to happen to you. The best time to wear out of your flashlight here when it's set up in a... Oh, sorry. She says, this is not good. Rose, move. Move out of the way. Sorry. Sorry, he said Rose moved out of the way. Sorry, I'm afraid I can't do that. If you haven't noticed, I'm upside down. I squeezed my head against Rose's body so I can actually see and get a copy feel. No. And I can't really enjoy Rose with this thing around me, that's for sure. We should deal with the way we deal with it. Basically, this point is the same for dealing with the initial spot of it. At least the first part, anyway. It's only the second part where you have to deal with her legs is really the only difference between purifying and destroying her. I could have sworn in the previous game there was different ways of destroying her. I think purifying her was the same. Purifying Ghost was the same in both games, where there was only one way to purify, but there's multiple ways to destroy her or something like that. Then again, it's been like a couple of years since I recorded the last game, so who knows. If it helps, I believe I have the use of one of my arms. Kind of ideas. Yeah, I use the stiff hair on her on that. That's the same as anytime. Rose mimicked a communicating cry, and we managed to survive. Hurry! Hurry! Clump of stiff hair. What on earth would you need that for a time like this for? Stop talking. Yeah, that's right. Got it. What should I do with it? If you say so, here goes nothing. Rose straightens the bundle of hair and firmly rubs it on the wire. Firmly. She said calmly. Yeah. And then we got flipped upside down. And then we got flipped upside down. This isn't good. The wire shifted. Now I really can't move anymore. Yeah, if you see a picture of Rose in this situation, it's probably like some BDSM type of situation going on here. Now we're stuck seeing your legs. So if you're not a leg man, this is not gonna be up your alley. I can't move. This is on your shoulders. Sunlight on my shoulders makes me happy. Here's the deciding factor if it's purify or destroy. If you're purifying, you use the spray paint, but in this case, we're gonna destroy our legs with the where's the hard shoes? There it is, the hard shoes. I take out the hard shoes and put it close to the bird-like leg. Hold on, what are you planning on doing? If it doesn't want its legs to be seen, then maybe it'll like this. After seeing the hard shoes coming closer, the screaming author thrashes around to avoid it. Predicting the movements of the thrashing leg, I use the hard shoes on it. The screaming author repositions itself once more. Okay, I think this is a... It's just we hit her with the shoes instead, so... Okay. The wires got looser so I can move now, but I don't think I could take much more of this. What's wrong? Let's hurry up and do something. It'll flip us over again if we dawdle. Well, we have all the time in the world, though, so... This is where you use the incense on the lantern here. Yeah, get that started. Oh, sorry, take my... Oh, sorry. The lantern, huh? It's a bit far, though. Rope tries to reach the lantern. Power through it. Just what exactly you're scheming? My reprise to Rose is a heavy kick to the back with my free leg. The back? Her back? What? Ow! Yeah, it's quietly burning. I guess it depends on the item if it'd be odd. We did it! Now we just have to burn her torso. Amazing. Rose is rendered speechless even though she said amazing. I'm unable to move again? Yeah, I'll end this. I'll end this for real good. Nothing bad will come about this. It's the final countdown or final scene, whatever. So hit her with the incense, dude. The lit incense. Rose, pass me that incense. I'll try. Just give me a moment. Goo. A goo. Rose moves around and though bound and tries to hand me the lit incense, but okay, that's all the same. It's impossible. I can't reach you. If it doesn't work, no hard feelings. Get ready. I'm going to throw it. With a flick of the wrist, the lit incense gets tossed towards me in an odd arc. If I just sit like this, I won't catch it. Okay, this is the same. Yeah, I get burnt. Incredible. Let's do it. What? Is something wrong? Yeah, it just takes a moment to burn something on fire. Yeah, it's kind of weird how the burning her is actually the same on both. Do you think that'd be like cruel to do that to her or something like that? No, it's the hard shoes and spray paint thing. That's the big deal. And then she turns to ash. Whoa. Phew. Well, we're still alive. Yeah, really, it's well, other than whoever your partner is, the idea is the same until near the end of almost the end of the chapter. I think after we get out of the house, of course. Yeah, there's the screaming author. You'll learn more about little Miss Ami if you use your blemishy in this, correct? Try it quickly. Now. Okay, that should be... Because we've already listened to Ami stuff, so we know all about what's going on with her. We don't deal with creepy puppet girl trying to, wrap herself around our cousin there. It's a little creepy. Oh, what did you see? Kakurio? She must be talking about that Kakurio. Just the dictionary meaning of it. Curio is called Tokokyo. Tokoyo. Alright, anyway. It's a Shinto term for their term of the view of the world. It's what they call the realm of the dead. But more simply, it's the afterlife. The world of the living where we are is Utshiyo. I cannot be certain that the Kukurio she was talking about is the one I'm referring to. Unfortunately, I don't know either. Obviously, Bond won't have the slightest inkling. First, we need to ascertain what Kakuyo means by Kakurio. We just don't know. I know something about this, but we can't do anything to help her right now. Let's take us a little step forward that we can. Well, you're not going to be helping us much more there, Rose. Why don't we open up that chest? Let's see what we came here for. There's a little doll there. What? Why does she have the face of that doll? But why is this in the Moroku's house? Yeah, how should we know? Sorry, I've been kind of skimming some of it, so, because like I said, now what do we do? Now, there's something else in here. And there's the little notices and his little pamphlet. The photos of the girls. The ballet recital? Oh, that's right, the victim went missing when she... Yeah, she was, taken care of. I see. That's why she came up to us here. Because it's painful for her to see us compare her with her former self. Alright, I think it'll... Took you long enough. As much as I want the scoop, patrol's about to start. We should get the hell out of here now. Sounds good. We managed to survive. After all, it's time to celebrate our victory tonight over a good drink. Alright, I think this is all the same. So we can skim through that. Because there is a slight difference. Obviously, it's when Bond and Rose talk to you, so... Let's see, this is all the same. Yeah, this is just telling us about Moroku and his history and stuff like that. Yes, yes. Did I show up for my face, smiley face for this one? Thanks. Yeah, well, that's the same. It should change here pretty soon. Alright, I'm getting out of here. I got a table I need to be at. Mahjong again? All you have to do is get sharks, so why do you keep falling for it? Are you some kind of offended masochist? Just because I lost yesterday doesn't mean I'll lose today. Each match is just the luck of the draw, and the draw is going to be my favorite in my favor this time. That sounds like something I'd find in a pamphlet about gambling addiction. You're quite cautious when it comes to your work, but you're completely reckless with your money. Hey Kijima, if you see Kakuya again, let me know right away. If you try and hide anything from me, I won't let you hear the end of it. Man disappears towards the ticket gates. People like him make me wonder if humanity's really nothing but hopeless fools. You insolent fools! But I suppose that being so doggedly flawed is admirable in its own strange way. You know you're human and mortal just like us, lady. I have no idea what you're trying to say. Oh, fine. I suppose I should have expected that from you. Why don't we switch topics to something that would be more interesting to someone your age? Come on, Kimjina. Let's go on a date. What? I'd rather just get some sleep. Yeah, I'm an insomniac. That's the worst response you can give a lady. As your teacher, apparently I need to instruct you in the regards as well as the supernatural. First off, where do you even want to go? Knowing you, it's not going to be any place normal like a park or a coffee shop. Oh, are you interested now? Then I'll tell you. The Moroku residence? Yeah, because if you choose Bond, he wants to go back here. I go back to the Moroku residence with Rose. On the way back, oh, sorry. She asked me some questions, but I ask her some questions, but all I get is some lame reply like, just taking care of some business every day, working overtime, workout. I guess I'll see when we get there for myself. Why do we gotta do this now? I don't like walking around during the day. I'm a creature of the night. Alright, Batman. I rise with the setting of the sun and sleep with the rising of the sun. That sounds like it'd be bad for your health. Yeah, definitely mess with their circadian rhythm or whatever. When your job involves the supernatural, that type of schedule is surprisingly convenient. Even magicians tend to have more performances at night. Besides, do you really think daytime suits me? Well, her outfit, I guess, is indicative of the night style, if you know what I mean. I imagine Rose walking around town in a dress with the sun shining brightly everywhere. Yeah, I guess not. Precisely. I'm glad you see the error of your ways. Now then, let's head inside. Now, Bond went in here to pray for the spirits, but what does Rose want? So, where are we going? Why are we going in here? We're not messing with that corpse, are we? That is certainly an object of interest, but our business is in the attic. Yeah, they're talking about the body with just a bunch of arms and legs in the bed, which is the former author. We pass through the hidden hallway and climb up the old rickety wooden ladder. We're back in the attic again. I can still faintly detect a burnt stench. That's what I'm interested in. Rose says, walking up to the mirror. For a while she runs her fingers across it and tries rubbing it, but then she comes straight back to me. Guess I got my hopes up for nothing. I thought that mirror was a sacred object. What's that? Think of it as a special item that holds hidden spiritual powers. I collect such objects. That was actually why I had my eye in the Morocco residence in the first place, but... So, that's why you asked Bond to investigate Morocco? Yeah, pretty much. I'd heard that Morocco family had something like that, and it fit since they're such an old family. Sadly, that mirror is just an antique. Looks like it used to have spiritual power, but for some reason it's lost it now. I guess there are no point in dragging you out here to carry it. You brought me here just to be your delivery boy? Anyway, we're done with this multi place. Let's get out of here, Kojima. I shine the flashlight down at our feet as we make our way to the ladder. Wait, the bloodstain is gone. Hey Kojima, what possessed you to turn off the light? I didn't. It shut off by itself. Damn it, even the lanterns are out. What's going on? That voice? Is something in there? This is not good. Kojima, run! Rose and I start to dash towards the ladder, but our legs won't move like they're frozen. What? Ah! Snatch your ass up in a bear trap. ... The light turns back on and I return to my senses. Everything happened so fast. Rose was dragged inside and the sliding door shut itself. Rose? I reach out to open the door. Please don't look inside. From the other side of the door, I hear Rose's scream in pain. Rose, what happened? ... Damn it! I put my hand on the door. Please don't look inside. Ignoring the quiet voice, I fling it open. Jesus Christ! There are wires stretching from everywhere. They're suspending Rose in midair. All her joints are bent in gruesome directions. Her elongated neck and outstretched arms, they make her look like a flying crane. Oh, I guess that keeps going. The faint call of a crane drifts from the darkness of the ceiling. A mournful cry, over and over. I practically fall down the ladder in my rush to get out of the mansion. I sprint down the streets, ignoring everything around me. Next thing I know, I'm somewhere very familiar. I can't take this anymore. But the file's been updated, right? It's all been updated. And we're done with this, right? We can just go on, you know, just kind of live our life afterwards. We'll just ignore the fact that Rose died because, well, I mean, you have to do something. Collapsing on the bed, I shut my eyes. Another death. Again. Hazuki, Murahashi, Amaname, and now Rose. Everyone who's taken part in Kaguya's game has died. What's most terrifying about it all? I'm actually getting used to somebody dying. I just witnessed a death earlier, but there's no fear, and I don't feel a huge sense of regret. Yeah, it's kind of sad. You can actually get used to death in a way. If it happens too much, you know. Has this whole thing broken my mind? Well, apparently it might. A day passed since the events in the Baroku residence. I waste the day doing nothing until night arrives. I still can't process what happened. Rose strangled by wires. Was that the screaming author taking revenge? Time passes uneventfully. Usually I call Moname to kill the time, but he's not here anymore. I don't feel like doing anything. May as well lie down. Yeah, usually a Moname would, or whoever you say that your first partner would talk to you, but since they're both dead, there's no one to communicate. So, collapsing on the bed, I shut my eyes. I bet it's because I didn't get much sleep yesterday, but I find myself dozing off. ... Yeah, I don't need to save every second. I know at some point it starts going back into regular dialogue, but... Actually, we might be at that point now. Sound of the flute, I think that's the same. I think we might be at the spot where it repeats until, like, we talk to Bon or whatever. Yeah, you, crazy fox, you know, spirit again. I think we are at a, yeah, repeat. Let's see. Double check and see if Bond says anything that has anything different to say, but I think we've... I mean, there are lines of, like, Rose being dead mentioned again, but it's far and few between, so I'm not going to go... I'm not scanning every single line of dialogue for all the differences. Like I said, I really wish this game had the Rempe idea where if you've never seen the dialogue before, it'll stop, like, when you fast forward, it'll stop fast forwarding and let you read it, you know, that type of thing. But this is too sophisticated of a program. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have anyone, and since we don't have Moname or anyone to actually, I think this is when she gets oh, okay, we're at I probably should have saved it because we're basically at the, yeah, so this is when she gets caught or whatever, so okay, I'll just skip it until we save it. So I could have cut this out, but oh well, too late now. Yeah, so when she's got the hands or the mouths on her. Any excuse to tear off your aunt's top, huh? You sick freak. No, and then we know everything about her. Sure. I think she mentions Moname, but he's disappeared, so. Okay. Yeah, I'll just cut to when we get to the next section, which is at the end of the Killer Peach story, and find out what happens to Bond during that time, because he's the next one to die. So I'll see y'all in a second. Alright, we're back at the Killer Peach chapter, which is chapter 5. So now let's go and encounter her with Bon in the group. Obviously he has different dialogue, but I didn't think it was worth. He does at one point during the beginning of the chapter ask what happened to Rose, but we are like, oh, we don't say anything because we didn't want to bring it up in front of the detective, that type of thing. So we decided to, you know, just hide it, basically. Hide out what happened to her. Yeah, she's waiting for us. Alright, we just gotta survive, and then actually defeat her. Yeah, investigating the Okayama case. And then your killers. You know, I almost thought about doing like a death like log where every time you die what the dialogue was, but I think you gotta know some of the fun of finding what happens if you make bad decisions in this game outside the just characters dying, you know. Well, all the abrupt endings where you just die and you have to reset type of thing, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, Ue gets killed again because she's a moron. It's not good. If we can get back to the elevator, that should reset time again, but yeah. If there's any way, is there any way to stop her? Yeah, there is. We can destroy her, not purify her this time, which will mean bad times for all. But we don't know that. All right, put the pinky blue over there, or whatever. Pinky path. Yeah. So it messes with their sense of smell. Good thinking. Now let's get out of here. Right. It's not opening. I'm mashing the button. Yep, she's angry. Damn it, it's not responding. Yeah, just got fire on our own turn. Okay, we fight her, but how? She'll cut us in half before we get close. Use the decoy. While Bon is still shocked at my suggestion, I grab the dirty dress shirt. I'll draw her attention. Yeah, we have to leave it up to... I throw my bag at Ben. Hey, don't just toss this around. What if you break whatever I need to stop her? Yeah, just do what you're told, old man. So in this case, I can't, even though it's the player that still makes the decision, but you can almost say, hey, it's the fault of your partner. Whatever you decide. Because if you choose poorly, it's their fault, not really your own, right? What can I do to calm her rage? Let's hit her with the, Careful, Kojima. Killer Peach could strike at any time. Yeah, to do the destroy one, you have to throw the ogre blue so she smells like the men that violated her. So I drop to a knee and roll on the floor, barely dodging the blade swinging above my head. I had just enough distance to avoid that without getting harmed, but at this range I won't be able to dodge again. Damn it, hurry it up! Just then. Great Buddha! Ben sneaks up behind Killer Peach and sprinkles the ogre blue on her. This is Ishimaru's stench! I smell like him! Hate! You! Killer Peach's breathing goes ragged as she cuts herself to pieces in a crazed fury. Finally, she turns her blade on her own neck. Killer Peach crumbles as she lets out a terrible scream. The curse is gone. We barely made it out of that alive. Just remember, I saved your life, so you owe me. What the heck is the decoy? We're even. Are all police so reckless? If we head to back down, she'll probably be alive again, though. Let's get back. No, not yet. Okay, this should be the same. Alright, this is where we, blood tree and all that. Find out about Ami. Then we'll be rescuing her in a minute. Hey, did you see something? I tell Bond what I heard from Mommy. Make a path, huh? With that alone, I'm afraid I can't really tell you what to do. Yeah, true. There's the document. That smells burnt. What was Killer Peach doing with that? Is it waiting to display somehow? Alright, let's get this to Ue. I'm sure the police department's forensics team will be able to sort it out. Alright, I collect the bloodstain report and head off to the elevator with Band. We get in, hit the button for the first floor, and the elevator quietly starts moving. So we never made it to the 44th floor. I really wanted to see the president's office. Could have gotten me a hell of a scoop. Oh well. We took care of Killer Peach, so should be enough. Yeah, I know, but I've been so busy with the stuff that my main job's been suffering. I'm hurting for a scoop. When there's a chance that close, I can't help but think it's a missed opportunity. Well, you still got a pretty good scoop on the late Sumi president anyway. I don't have a proof for a story. Ue took Okayama's recorder. Huh? The elevator lights turn off. Then the elevator starts shaking violently. I think I can hear an odd noise too. But we're in the dark and everything's so disorienting that I can't be sure. Bond, are you okay? Hey, Bond! Hey, bug it off. Bond? The elevator looks exactly the same as before, except that Bond is gone. No. No way. Finally, the elevator arrives at the first floor. Hey, you're back. As soon as the door opens, I see Ue's cheerful face again. I figured she'd be alive, but still relieved to actually see her. Hey, how did it go? Did time reset again? Yeah, pretty much. Wait, where's Bond? I don't know. Just up and vanished in the elevator. ... Okay then, how about you tell me everything that's happened? I gave Ue a recap. Huh. Well, it all makes sense to me, but I got no clue what happened to Bond. Some kind of mysterious disappearance or something. All we can do is hope. ... Okay, I think this is all the same. I mean, it does change eventually, but it actually is not till the next chapter till we find out what actually happened to Bond. Interestingly enough. It's not an immediate result. I mean, you know what's gonna happen, but yeah, it's kind of weird how we have to save Ami and all that before we even get the results of what happened to Bond. And really, this death almost kind of doesn't make sense because the whole elevator of like, you know, the elevator teleports you to like a different time or something like that. So like, couldn't you time travel this Bond's disappearance away, if you know what I mean? But yeah, this is all the same for using. I mean, I guess I could cut to when we see Bond's thing, because there's a lot of stuff I have to do. So what I'll do is I'll just when we get to a save point where I can edit it a little bit easier, I'll yeah. So we saved her again. So defeat Kakuya and all that. Yeah, in this game of death, we lost big time. So. All right, so I'll be back when we get Bond's like when we actually find out what happened to Bond. Okay, we're back. We're at the Demon Tsukiyomi, and we're about to see the results of our actions from what happened to Bond the last time. Most of the dialogue is either not like if it's a Monome supposed to be there, like the main character just basically briefly gets to the point of things and it doesn't meander. And a lot of the lines of dialogue inside the tower, which would be given to either Monome or Hazuki, are given to Ue instead, for the most part. But yeah, let's find out what happened to Bond. What's happened? But we gotta go see this Demon Tsukiyomi thing. Can we use that elevator? I got this. I already reached out to the higher ups. My fingerprint should be added by now. Then it's just whether it'll send us to the past or not. We won't know until we try. She presses her finger to the scanner. Just as the bell chimes, the elevator doors open up. That instant, the stench of blood rotting in the summer heat fills the entire area. He's been cut in twine! Inside the elevator, Bond lies split open like a fish. His head to his chest is completely cut in two. A large pool of blood stains the floor. ... We stand there dumbfounded before this unexpectedly ghastly scene. I simply stare at Bond's body, unable to think. Then the elevator doors slide shut. ... I didn't get to examine that. I'm gonna open the door again, so turn around and look away. Kids shouldn't see this. No way. I've got to see this with my own eyes. Alright, shoot yourself. Huh? What's going on? The inside of the elevator is perfectly clean without a trace of a corpse or blood. It's as if nothing had ever happened. It's like he was never there to begin with. What's going on? There was definitely a corpse there. Is this some kind of supernatural thing? Probably. When you're facing a spirit, this kind of stuff happens all the time. I'm totally used to it by now. Huh? Guess police are no match for spirits. You just can't prosecute a case like this. ... Alright, let's get to move on. We got a case to solve, for Bond's sake, too. That's all we can do for the victims. Yeah. That was a huge shock, but I gotta clear my head if we're gonna make any progress. Okay, so yeah, now that we know Bond's dead, it's and it basically plays the same, except obviously Amaname or Hazuki aren't there to be dialogue. Now it's all given to Ue in this case. So alright, I'll see you basically after that. I'll see you at the because there's no purify or destroy version of the demon Tsukiyomi, because there's no partners to really deal with that stuff. So really I'll see you at the end after we defeat Kaguya and see the bad ending of the game for what happens if you lose either all your partners or at least lose Amaname and Hazuki. They're really the linchpin of the bad ending type of situation. But I'll see you when we get there. Alright, we're back after beating Kaguya. The big thing about the ending is it's slightly different. Like, you don't have those memory scenes where you try to remember your friends because they're already dead. And so Kaguya tells you to convince you to hate them, you know, and then you see the death scenes for all the characters that die in the game. Whoever dies, which in this case was everyone. But, and you see their death, like, CGs again. So, anyway, the people who died because of Kaguya's game won't ever come back. But at the very least, the ones who are alive have been saved. Yeah, and the title's different too, depending on which ending you're going to be getting. So, but yeah, let's see who survives this thing, which is, well, only one character really, which is Ue. Alright, next. Sir, could you not? Tonight, though, called for more, and you know why? The death march is over. You haven't even been able to go home in a while, right? Your wife must be worried sick. I thought she even knows me gone. It's the regular kids doing the homework. Last I heard, they left at the last minute. Oh, that's right. Same where vacation ends today, doesn't it? I passed a couple of salarymen talking about their lives. On stuffy nights like this, I'd rather take walks than stay plopped in front of an AC at home. Hence my current activity, wandering Kasuji at night. Being able to waste time doing nothing makes me realize my daily life is back to how it used to be. Well, sort of. All your friends are dead. It's been a week since Kaguya was sealed. Since then, all abnormal phenomenon around me has stopped altogether. I haven't sensed her presence once, and the whispers have been silent. People around me have slowly been getting back to their normal lives, too. Aunt Natsumi regained consciousness immediately after Kaguya was sealed. She took a few days off just in case, but she's back at work at the bar already. She told me she started writing another horror novel. I asked her if she knew anything about Moroku and my mom, but she didn't know anything else. Guess my mom didn't share details about my dad with anyone, not even Moroku. She might have noticed the Moroku's family's dark secret after their relationship deepened. But did she keep my tie to Moroku's secret from me so I wouldn't get caught up in it? Ami's back to her regular, lively self. She's even started helping her mom. I still watch over her whenever Aunt Natsumi is busy. I heard all these instances sparked an interest in mysterious cases in Ue. She's been trying to convince her higher-ups to create a new department just to solve them, but it sounds like it's been a hard sell. Ugh. My head's pounding. Can't say I've been in the best shape lately. Not just headaches, but my whole body feels heavy. I find myself constantly on edge. Is it because of all that crap that happened and my mind and body are just tired? I think I'll cut this short and head home. A cold breeze suddenly blows out of the alley in front of me. I reflexively close my eyes. Is that a red umbrella? A red Japanese umbrella lays on the ground behind me, exactly like the one Kakia carried with her. It can't be. I resolutely ignore the umbrella and leave the alley. It's a coincidence, that's all. It was just blown away from some event by the wind. Convincing myself is my only option. A few days have passed since then. My health continues to deteriorate. I have no energy to go out, to do anything even. I've secluded myself in my apartment. ... I've been sleeping like shit lately. My body doesn't want to accept any food. At most, I've been able to get water in me. Aunt Natsumi and Ami think I'm just a little under the weather, or so I've told them, but who knows how much longer they'll believe that. I can't take this anymore. I collapse on my bed. I'm so sleep deprived and exhausted I should sleep well tonight. I close my eyes and my consciousness drifts away into darkness. Then ceasing visions popping into my head are so vivid, I find myself bolting out of bed. Each one makes me relive every drop of fear and despair I experienced when they first happened. Guess it's another sleepless night. It's been this way for a while. Kakuya is long gone, but the madness that went on during those days has stayed with me. It's like I'm helplessly trapped in a small cage. All I can do is wait for my death. Even so, Kakuya was a better opponent compared to this. I knew who I was dealing with then. I must say you don't look well. A voice speaks up out of nowhere. I try to turn and face the voice, but my body refuses to move. It's as if all the nerves in my body are detached from my brain. It feels so strange. Who are you? It's not important. Akira Kojima, do you know why all your death visions are putting you through hell? It's because your blood metry ability is out of control. That same ability is reading your traumatic experiences off your own blood and showing them. It causes a loop and the visions keep going. What? You've experienced quite a number of strange phenomena. The more you experienced, the more your blood metry ability has improved exponentially. The end result, your ability is going berserk. ... Akira Kojima, I would like to help you. Is that alright? Please help me. Thank you for being so obedient. If this keeps up, you'll either go crazy or end up dead. You're my favorite. I'd much prefer not to see you like that. What's your plan? I'm afraid I can't explain it in a manner you'd understand. I'm attempting to perform something outside human logic. Most simply put, it's a supernatural phenomenon. There's things I want to ask, but it's as if my lips are sewn together. I can't open my mouth. It's almost as if I'm facing Kakuya again. Shall we begin? I will now transform you into one who is not human. Sadly, the human body is too frail to endure the rampage of power. I know you'll hate this, but please bear with me. It is the only way you can survive. This will save you. Someone's fingers touch my right shoulder. They feel hard, cold. My ceramic. Those fingers slowly slide down to my elbow, and then from my elbow to my wrist. It's there that they stop. Akira Kojima, I wish for you to live on. My entire right arm suddenly feels like it's on fire, and at that same instant, all the feelings and regrets I've been drowning under are wiped from my mind, and I'm transformed. Oh, welcome. Big, there is mething the mat. Did you catch a cold? I may want red day. Exclamation mark, question mark. Damn, I'm too late. Yeah, this is the detective from the first game. Nice little crossover there. You only get it during the bad ending, though. I forgot what voice I gave the guy. I guess I just used my regular voice. Akira Kojima. I sympathize with your fate. ... She really did try to save you. Her intentions were pure. But the strength of your Bloodman power must have been more than she anticipated. So you survived, but your ability has completely consumed you. You become a spirit, body, and soul. As it's come to this, I can't leave you be. ... Unfortunately, it doesn't look like my voice has reached you. I wanted to meet you under different circumstances. Please forgive me, Akira Kojima. And that's where you see the bad ending of Spirit Hunter NG. So, yeah, a lot more darker just because of what you turn into at the very end. And I guess, like the man said, Kakuya did kind of try to want to heal us, but in our own messed up way, and what our abilities did, it made it worse than ever before. So, but anyway, we've seen that ending before. So, or we've seen the credits before on that. So let me go back to the title screen. So yeah, that's the end of the game. So we've unlocked all the CGI for the game. So let's take a look at that before we call it. You can also listen to all the sound effects in the game too. Yeah, this is NG. Hangout. Wander Rabbits. Buying Downtown. Living Strangeness. Crazy Thing. Critical Unknown. A Togi Horror. And Night Like This. So yeah, very short soundtrack, but sometimes you don't need a sound for everything. So, all right, let's go over all the soundtracks. So, this one you get from just starting the game. See, I thought there was a way to... Here's the black cards. When you get that, here's the photo booth picture. Here's the Karuse pinup art. There's the... that's when you choose to not help find Ami, I believe. Yeah, I believe that's the Ami lost picture. When you choose to, that's when you die there. This is just Kakuya right there. There's the, you get this from the story. This is the Hiroshima woman. Turtle with baby face. Guard that gets turned into turtle. Woman steals baby from maternity wards. Story, you know, Hazuki gets chased after by the ghost. Hazuki gets chased by the ghost, but the spirit fountain's gone. There's the Hiroshima woman there. This is the death scene for Hazuki. Yeah, turtles coming out of her mouth. Ugh. This happened. This is CGI you get from whenever you have a critical event with the Hiroshima woman. All you have to do is fail it, and you end up drowning. after encountering her. This is during the Kentaro storyline. You get that automatically. This one you get automatically with the dog head cut off. Same with this. Same with this. Same with this. Murashima. Yeah, you get these automatically. Get this if you choose Amaname during the Kentaro scene. Him with his gun. I showed that off, but still. This is Lightning Bolt number 1. This is when Hazuki's dead and only Ami. Or, well, this can happen in a couple ways. Either Hazuki's already dead, or you choose to destroy the spirit of Kentaro with Hazuki, and then she's automatically not there. This one is just the opposite. Whether, but the only way to get this one is to have Amaname destroy, or you have to have Amaname with you when you destroy Kentaro. And then this one's the standard one if they're both survives. Obviously Amaname's death. Here's this. This is a Hazuki's death right here. I didn't show it during this playthrough, but yeah, she basically contacts you. The horror stories that she contacts you, but her head's already been chopped off. So it's like one of those. She only has like a few seconds to like tell you what she needs before it goes. But yeah, pretty gruesome there, especially with the Kentaro in the background there. Kentaro trying to pop out and get you while you're showering. There's the merged body of the author. Here's Bond's death when at the hands of the screeching author. So yeah, he gets wrapped up in chains as well, or white wires as well, as you can see. There's Rose's death at the hands of the screeching author. Ugh. These are story based. You get them automatically. There's Ue interrogating us. Screeching, or Killer Peach. Killer Peach again. Get those automatically. Killer Peach. Here's Bond's death at the elevator. Getting chopped in half. Here's Rose's death. She doesn't get chopped in half. She's going to get stabbed right through. Yeah, a little bit more vulnerable in her case. Still nasty either way. That's her death. There's a Moname scene if you choose his path. Yeah, the author story wise with the kids getting burned. Here's Kakuya getting through the mirror. You get that automatically. You only get this one if you get the bad ending. The detective from the Spirit Hunter or Death Mark game encountering the NG Spirit Hunter character. Cell phone. Peeping through the people. Story Kakuya doll. Bloodman on the headphones. Picture of us, which there's obviously variations of it, but let's goes to the default one. Kakuya watching us, pulling Ami out. Curse extends. Almost at bat end of curse. Ami captured, being accosted. Security guard. D cards. Parts magazine. Yuri. Her attacking us. Hiroshima woman. Kentaro. Yeah. Screeching author. Who do you think is the most gruesome out of all the... I don't know, the Killer Peach is kind of gruesome in terms of her design. But then again, the Kentaro is kind of an ugly son of a SOB, so... There's the close-up of the Killer Peach. And then the demon Tsukiyomi. There's Kakuya in her altered form. There's D-Man. You only get this if you collect all the D cards, so there you can interact with D-Man. And obviously he's a reference to the first game too. There's the cover art for the game. Rose with her cards, even though she never does anything with them. And then Amaname with his gun. And the Hiroshima is used as the spirit for the cover for some weird reason. Bond, but he doesn't have his glasses for some reason. So I wonder if this was a before they finalized the characters type of thing. And we never have this red eye situation, so I don't even know what that's about. I guess that's when you activate Bloodmetry. And then Hazuki in her Karuse outfit. Anyway. Okay, here are the RPG files. The one for yourself you get automatically just from beating the game. But Akira Kojima, third year in Shinza High School, normally quiet and indifferent, he can be considerate of his friends and families, A famous delinquent known for his fighting skills, his name is well known by others like him. He remains undefeated in an underground match, a series of fight battles his friend introduced him to, due to his excellent physical abilities and fighting instincts. The first two you get automatically from playing the game. He grew up in a single-parent child, but after his mother passed 2 years ago, he's been in the custody of his aunt Natsumi. He chose not to live under the same roof, instead making his own living by working part-time and living alone. He successfully keeps his fight matches for money a secret from his aunt. And here's the RPG stats. Bio, 18 years, born April 14th, 188 centimeters, weight 180 kilograms, hobbies, martial arts in general, likes tough opponents and chicken, dislikes sweet things. Legend, 5 times first place winner of martial arts championship. Then here's the second. Here's his actual RPG stats. Abilities, class, fighter, level 72. Subclass, high school student, level 5. Physique 16, intelligence 5, dexterity 6, spirit energy 13. Skill, right straight combo. His personal best is 8 punches a second. Equipment, bloodstained leather gloves. So many opponents have blood on them that they smell a bit. Here's Amaname's. To get his RPG stats, you need to choose the either neutral or smiling options with him, mainly positive, and you need to beat his path to unlock him, or his to complete his character stats. Seiji Amaname, a third year at Shinza High School, has been best friends with Ross since childhood. I don't know why it says Ross, because the main character is supposed to be Akira Kojima, so I don't know why they call him Ross, but okay. A clean, well-mannered man with a young, dangerous side. He's the son of the current Yakuza boss of the Amaname family. He has no qualms about resorting to evil or illegal means to get what he wants. His specialty is collecting intel and using it for blackmail. Nicknamed the Prince of Thieves by society's underbelly, he is known for his extensive network which allows him to get dirt on others. It is greatly envied by private investigators. It only takes a phone caller to not only control members of the family, but anyone else he's blackmailed on. His only hang-up since childhood is his fear of ghost stories, spirits, the occult, and all things related. Bio, 18 years old, June 19th, 184 centimeters, 71 kilograms. Hobbies, threatening while merrymaking, likes fruit and older women. Yeah. A man after my own heart. Dislikes ghosts and occult. Legend, merging the color gangs. Abilities, class, high school student, level 40. Yakuza, level 51, subclass. Physique, 7. Intelligence, 14. Dexterity, 13. Spirit energy, 5. Skill, supplemental shooting, plus 50%. Sees through others to accurately hit their weak points. Equipment, crust to the Amaname family. Using this puts fear into non-members. Hazuki, a second year at a private girls' school, Seishin High, friends with Ami, Akira's sister. She loves researching ghosts and the occult. In spite of the more reserved air around her, she's quite strange. She's bold and fears nothing. She strongly favors gothic Lolita clothing. Wonder Rabbit's Hazuki version under the clouds, looking for the stars. I wander with my feet bare, not knowing where to go home. I go beyond the endless night. The rabbit keeps running, chasing after the stars, wishing to see you right now. The rabbit keeps running up to you, reaching the end of the night. Bio, 16 years old, October 31st, 157 centimeters, 45 kilograms. Hobbies, researching ghosts, idle activities. Likes gossip on supernatural phenomenon, Anami. Dislikes dancing, sports in general. Legend, high kicks on Master M's tombstone. Class, high school student, level 19. Subclass, idol, level 42. Physique, 10. Intelligence, 8. Dexterity, 9. Spirit energy, 12. Skill, quick change into Momo Kuruse. In Momo form, attack power versus men increases. Equipment, gothic Lolita black outfit. Her Momo Kuruse design. An idol who gained popularity on TV recently. A solo artist, her age is not publicly known. Utilizing the end of the century, she debuted as an occult idol as the main actor on a comedy show called Scary Stories of the Classroom. Her popularity quickly rose among the younger audience, and she stars in a number of children's shows, soap operas, and movies. She will occasionally work as a bikini model as well. In a movie called After School Scary Rumors, she debuted as a singer, and the theme song Wonder Rabbits became an unprecedented smash hit. Her selling points are said to be her mysterious occult beauty created by her doll-like appearance and manner of speech. She often works closely with the idol group Love and Hero, who she previously considered her competition, yet they never appear in the story. Here's Bond's stats. Naomasa Bond, a shrewd, shady journalist with an infamous reputation in the media industry. Being freelance, he knows a lot about journalism and editing, making him appear to be a reliable, experienced adult. His true nature is that of a middle-aged hoodlum who likes to rip off organizations and the Yakuza using tips and stories he obtained through coercive interviews. He has an intense love of gambling and frequent pachinko halls and racetracks in hopes of turning his life around for once. A tough guy who often uses silly bluffs and is tight-lipped about his past, but there's a hint of darkness that lies there. He knows spirits exist and offers considerable assistance in pursuing the truth of each case. 40 years old, February 26, 190 centimeters, 83 kilograms. Hobbies, gambling, conducting interviews, exposing scandals. Likes, drinking after winning. Dislikes, working hard. Legend, payback of debt at 3 million in 7 minutes. Abilities, journalist at level 55. Subclass, gambler, level 3. Physique 12, intelligence 11. Is that physique? Yeah, that's that's incorrectly spelled. Anyway, dexterity 12, spirit energy 6. Skills, do or die game. If he succeeds, he wins it all, but win rate is only 1%. Equipment, cracked cell phone. Rose, Mulan. A magician, her real name, age, and career are unknown. She's interested in spirit cases and those involved, and often quietly shows up at the Black Rabbit unexpectedly. She talks like a dandy gentleman and carries a mysterious air around her. It's later revealed that she's a famous magician known for escaping sinking ships or falling airplanes alive. A certain someone requested her and Bond to do research on spirit cases. She's highly knowledgeable on spirits and the occult in general. A sucker for gems associated with spirit cases, she goes to great lengths to find them. She thinks highly of Kojima's abilities and talents. She frequently stares sharply at him like a panther watching its prey. Interesting enough about her is that she affects the alternate versions of the bad ending, whether she's alive at the end or if she gets killed at a specific point will affect the variations on the ending. Bio, age 20s, so she says. Birth date, December 25th, 174 centimeters, 55 kilograms. Hobbies, seeks mysteries, search for gems. Likes, gems and expensive alcohol. Dislikes, bright places. Legend, getting out of a rocket shot to the moon. Abilities, magician, level 60. Thief, level 31. Physique, 6. Intelligence, 8. Dexterity, 14. Spirit energy, 11. Skills, lockpicking. Skill level not high enough for complex locks. Equipment, black rose perfume. In her proximity, one make him enchanted. Ami, a fifth-year student at Shinza Elementary. She's the daughter of Natsumi, making her Akira's cousin, though she calls him big brother. Mature for her age, she helps her mom whenever she can. She's a big fan of Momo Kuruse, the idol, and can always be seen wearing the headphones Yuri gave her so she can listen to Momo's songs at any time. Bio, 10 years old, November 22nd, 145 centimeters, 30 kilograms. Hobbies, cheering for Momo Kuruse. Likes her brother's cooking. Dislikes scary things. Legend, has talked to a dog with a human face. Class, elementary school student, level 23. Sister, level 75. Physique 5, intelligence 9, dexterity 6, spirit energy 13. Skills, replicate Momo's dance. She might be better than Momo Kuruse herself. Equipment, pink headphones. Ami's cherished her gift from Yuri Takamura. Natsumi, Ami's mother and Akira's aunt. She's the owner of the Black Rabbit Bar near Kasuji Station and is a horror novelist. She doesn't write often, but her works are quite popular. She's rather lazy about running the bar and is rarely frequented by customers. Known for a gentle demeanor, she always looks out for her nephew. Age 33 years old, July 14th, 165 centimeters, 53 kilograms. Hobbies, reading and writing novels. Likes Ami's smile. Dislikes managing the bar. Legend, won Yoshiaka Literary Award 3 years in a row. Abilities, writer level 40, owner level 6. Physique 8, intelligence 13, dexterity 7, spirit energy 8. Skills, resistance against sleepiness plus 40%. During deadline, she can go 3 days without sleep. Equipment, highest quality wedding band. Memento left by her late husband. You know you get to know about him. Murahashi, you get him by... Same thing, you just have to be nice to him. And finish Monome storyline, I believe. Mitsuru Murahashi, a young member of the Monome family. On the Shinza turf, he blusters with the expected big attitude. He tries hard, but makes a lot of mistakes, but his clown-like quality makes it hard to dislike him. Like Ami, he's a huge fan of Momo Kuruse. Whenever he's drunk, he tells tales from his days as a leader of a motorcycle gang, which all sound made up. Age 22... September 29th, 166 centimeters, 96 kilograms. Hobbies, getting by, cheering for Momo Kuruse. Likes, curry and hamburger steak. Dislikes, going on a diet. Legend, first leader of the Red Crest. Abilities, Thug 13, motorcycle gang level 42, physique 10, intelligence 5, dexterity 6, spirit energy 9. Skills, Red Crest, one calls, summons hundreds of gang members. Equipment, slightly dirty jersey, sweats. He lives at the offices as he's short on money. Ue, not the straightest cop, she's entered the department as a young elite, but her strong sense of justice and blunt honesty caused problems and isolated her from the other officers. In Kasuji, she took it upon herself to get personally involved in her department's cases without being assigned them. She's unexpectedly friendly and winsome, but she never loses the seriousness looks in her eyes. Age 27 years old, May 5th, 175 centimeters, 57 kilograms. Hobbies, execute justice. Likes criminals. Wait, what? Dislikes rules, accepted practice. Legend, graduate top student at the police academy. Can she make weird voices like Winslow? No. Abilities, police officer, level 31. Subclass, none. Physique, 13. Intelligence, 8. Dexterity, 7. Spirit, energy, 9. Skills, pressuring using Kansai dialect. She hasn't gone home in many years. Equipment, Warren Police Identification Notebook. Effective against criminals as well as civilians. And then this, you get these if you, I believe you have to complete the D-Man files to get this info. Moroku, a horror novel author who based his stories off a Japanese fairy tale. The way he shaped the world in each, plus the intricately detailed depictions of cruelty, defined him the most and drew a legion of passionate fans. He's most well known for his horror fairy tale collection, Dark Fairy Tales. He's the head of the distinguished Moroku family, with close ties to Noboru Ishimaru and the previous president of the Ishizumi Group. Those who inherited the Moroku blood over the generations possessed spiritual powers in their hands. The left had the power to bestow, and with it they infused a spiritual item doll with the power to maintain the seal, and the Kaguya doll. The right hand's power varied from person to person, and Moroku had the ability to read people's thoughts. After an accident 30 years ago, he lost the power in his hands and was therefore unable to perform the seal with spiritual items. They never say what the accident was, just that it was. Initially, he tried to father a child who would inherit his blood. However, due to his spermatogenic order, it was nearly impossible. He still wanted to fulfill his duty as one with the Moroku blood, so he found an unorthodox ritual for sealing, turning young girls into living dolls of spiritual power. Yeah, because that's totally the right way to go. 10 years later, a woman becomes his housekeeper, and they become very close. When she uncovered traces of the ritual he'd done, she fled in fear, but not before miraculously becoming pregnant with the child he wished for. Sadly, he never learned of it and continued to fulfill his duty by performing the ritual with living girls. Half a year ago, he kidnapped and altered a girl named Tsubasa Aoi, who wanted to become a dancer and offered her Kaguya. However, unlike the previous girls, Tsubasa was an adult who reached puberty. After coming in contact with her, Kaguya started to take interest in adults and asking for him to be her playmate. When he refused, Kaguya killed him with the Kaguya's game. Yeah, turned him into that mold of flesh or whatever. Satomi Kojima, deceased. Mother of Akira Kojima, an older sister of Natsumi. Her weak constitution in her youth saw her reading and studying instead of physical activity. Her mother passed when she was in elementary school. Her father after she graduated college. Natsumi was taken in by relatives, but she was determined to live on her own and began working as a housekeeper around Shinza Ward. One of the residences where she worked belonged to the Moroku family. Since she was an avid reader, she was a fan of Moroku's work and overjoyed at the coincidence. She worked diligently. After about a year, or much longer than her arranged contract, she became across bloodstains in the attic. She asked Moroku about them, but he refused to answer her. Beginning to fear his eerie side of him, she never returned to the mansion again. Choosing to distance herself from the residence and its odor, she settled down outside the Shinza ward. Not much later, she learned she was pregnant with Moroku's child. Hesitant at first, she chose to keep the child, but never mentioned who the father was. She raised her son alone without contacting Natsumi for 10 years, but due to her weak body, soon began to reach her limit. Realizing she didn't have much longer to live, she finally contacted Natsumi after considering the future of her son. She left him with her sister without telling any details about his father. Akira Kojima, his aunt, took care of her while she was hospitalized until she passed away 2 years ago. The cause of death was determined to be fatigue of the heart. Yuri, deceased. A friend, high schooler, who lived next door to Natsumi. Why isn't there a picture? We saw the ghost version of her. But anyway, she'd been aiming to become an idol, and that was how she became friends with Hazuki. Ever since she was little, she had strong spiritual powers and experienced many phenomena. The reason why Kakuya sent a black postcard was likely due to the spiritual qualities she had. Taizo Amaname. A fierce-faced battle Yakuza boss of the Amaname family, the father Seiji. He's an old-fashioned Yakuza and respected by those who work under him. Against those who oppose him, however, he doesn't hold back. To this day, people still talk about when he shot a rocket launcher during a raid when he was young. He loves his son dearly and finds great joy in baking pies for his one and only son Seiji. What? That's random. Hiro Aratama, famed desk editor of monthly UUP Arts. He was one of the pioneers of the popular occult trend around today in the legends, Japanese or space aliens theory, dog-faced human, and purple toilet. Can't be talked about without him being mentioned in some way. His current whereabouts are unknown. However, before disappearing, he left a prophecy saying, on August 1999, I will appear next to the boy in black. And then here's some of the concept art for Akira there. And then more concept art for Akira. And I'm always a fan of concept art in any form. Just I like seeing the progression of like how they come up with the final designs. There's a Monome. There's another version of Monome. Could have looked more like a douche than he already was. Hazuki. That's a cute picture. And then early version. Oh, that's kind of cute. I kind of like the. I guess that's why they kept her short hair. So I'm a fan of girls with boyish bobs. There's her Kuruse outfit. There's Bond. Looks like he didn't really change much from. Then they thought about giving him a ponytail and everything. Oh. There's Rose. Looks like she changed a little bit. Oh wow, that's extremely different. That would be kind of cute. I kind of like this outfit actually, but I understand why they were kind of going for more of the Las Vegas act kind of look for her. There's Ami. Ami didn't change too much from her final design. It looks like Natsumi wanted to go with the RR girl, of course. There's Murahashi. Oh yeah, they could have looked more pathetic. Ue. Oh wow, they almost thought about making her more girly. Ooh, that's kind of cute. I kind of like her glasses look there. Kuruse, early concept art for that. Yeah, a lot of these are like before they finalize the pictures. You know, there's the apartment, the different rooms. Yeah, this is the line art. Pretty neat. A lot of this stuff you get automatically from beating the game. Yeah, it's all basically early pre-game art, just to basically like, I wouldn't say concept at that point. It's just like, okay, we got this drawn, now we need to put it in the game type of situation. There's the dolls. More dolls. That office tower. So, well, all right, that's it for Spare 100 Energy. I've done everything in the game. Obviously, I didn't show every single line of dialogue and every single variation of it, depending how it ends. But that's the gist of it. And if you liked what you saw here, you know, you could always pick up the game yourself. But hope you enjoyed my full playthrough of the game and tried 100%. Man, I had to play through this game like 4 times to unlock everything because I couldn't get a Monome and Murahashi's CG to unlock for some weird reason. But anyway, yeah, an interesting horror game with a lot of deep and dark elements. You know, interesting enough mechanics to keep you going without being just a straight up VN where you just read it the whole time, which is fine. But if you're trying to go in game form, you need to do something a little bit differently. So, all right, that's it for this spooky game. Perhaps next year, maybe I'll play Deathmark 2 or something like that. But as for this game, we'll call it complete. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next game.